We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Britt. And how are you guys doing? I hope you guys had a great week, a great weekend. It's Monday, and we're here with another episode. And I had a great weekend, even though I'm filming on a Saturday, so I don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But so far, so good. This weekend, I had to actually go to the eye doctor and pick up some RPG lenses. They're basically like hard contact lenses. I have keratoconus, so my eyes are coning out allegedly because I heard somebody else got that too. Just because somebody else got it, don't mean that I don't got it. But you know how I just be weird, like people be having the same thing as you randomly. But anyway. So I had to get some hard lenses or whatever the case may be, and I had to go pick them up. And my eye doctor's in Brooklyn, but I had to go to the location in Harlem because only the person in Harlem knows how to deal with the keratoconus thing. So whatever. I went to the one in Harlem, picked up my RPG lenses, and then after I did that, by the way, those lenses are mad annoying. They take like a month to get used. Oh, when I tell you, whew. It's the annoyingness for me. I can't take it, honey, personally. I just couldn't take it. But whatever. I'm going to put them in. I don't have them in right now because I was like, I'm filming. I don't want to be doing all that. Like, it's too much drama. So then after that, I had to do a photo inspection on my car to get new car insurance because they raised my car insurance. Mind you, I ain't getting to no accidents or whatever. They said I got like one little thing with a stop sign. This happened literally like 2 years ago. And they put up my car insurance. It had a 3 in the front. And I said, you know what? Let me switch. So I switched my car insurance and they required me to get a photo inspection. So then I had to do a photo inspection after that in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. And it was a big gap between my eye appointment and the photo inspection. So I was like, all right, it's 80 degrees today. So, oh yes, on Friday it was 80 degrees. So you already know. We was giving it up. So I was like, all right, I'll just go to some park or whatever park they got near here. I'm gonna go chill. Went to WNPR Park. The park is, it wasn't serving the girls. It was all right. It's small. It's like, to me, I consider like a dog park maybe. Cause like it was mad dogs there. And the dogs just kept barking at it. Like it was too much. Like why do dogs bark at each other? Like imagine us as humans, every time we see each other, we just like, ah, ah. Like, what if we just, every time we see each other, we just start bombing each other? Like these dogs need to have a conversation. Well, the pet owners need to have a conversation with their dogs. Like, y'all can't be barking at each other for no reason. Like, is that a form of communication? Because they be seeming angry to me. They don't be seeming like happy barks. I'm just saying. And it was just too much barking for me. I'm just like, every time a dog see each other, they barking. It's like, what's that about? So, yeah, I went there. I was chilling. Then after that, I still had some time. So I'm like, let me pick up a bottle, not to drink outside, but to like take home or whatever. Like, let me do that. So after this photo inspection, I can go straight home. So I went to this like winery store, not like a liquor store, like a winery store. Even though some liquor stores really have like a lot of dope wines in it. Like, I feel like Queens has the best liquor stores. Alcoholics be like, but yeah, Queens has the best liquor stores hands down. And that I blame Queens for me really liking wine so much. Because after work, what I would do, anywhere I worked in Queens. So I used to work at Rego Park. I worked in Bayside. I worked in Flushing. I worked in Valley Stream. Valley Stream is considered Long Island though. And after work, which was very problematic if you ask me, I would go like almost every shift. Mind you, I was a full-time worker. Almost every shift. Or I would do wine down Fridays or whatever. I would go to the liquor store and I would pick up wine. And I feel like if you drink wine enough, you're not going to want to drink the same wine. Some people are like that. But for me, I wanted to like change my wines. And it kind of really helped with my palate. I love trying new wines. Like, I used to love doing that. Now, I don't really drink a lot at all, which is very, very weird to me that I don't drink a lot considering my life. I don't drink a lot. It's very weird. But, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to pick up a wine. So they had like a little wine store. Like, you know those little, I don't know, like, you know those little kitschy wine stores that like sell like wines from imported wines and stuff. So I went to one of those. It was giving white. Greenpoint, Brooklyn is giving whites. Like white. Like, you know how like New York is like the melting pot. So like everywhere you go, it's still a little diverse. Like just a little bit. Like very little. Like you only see like 5 black people. Greenpoint, I was the only black person there. Like me. I was the one speckled bitch. And I didn't even belong. I needed to go home. And I ain't like that. I don't like being in environments where I'm the only black person. Because, bitch, lately, too, white people been shooting shit up. I ain't interested. So I was just like, I gotta get out of here. So I was like, oh, should I go into this little wine store? Because, you know, I already know I'm in the white neighborhood. They're going to be treating me funny. They're going to be being extra. And, bitch, sure enough, they did. It was called Dandelion Wines or whatever the hell it was called. Went in there, I'm like, Brittany, just go. Like, it's a nice day. Like, and you don't want to go to no liquor store after you do the phone inspection. You want to go straight home. So I went in there, I'm like, ugh. But I enjoyed my little moment in there. Like, I just stayed to myself, like, I'm Brittany. Like, nobody run Brooklyn. I run Brooklyn. Like, y'all not going to come here and make me feel like I can't go to your store. You feel me? So then I was like reading, they put little tickets on the wines, telling how long it was aged, what hits of fruits they had. And it was so cool. Well, not cool. It wasn't cool. It wasn't that deep. But it was just, I just liked it. So I ended up getting some sparkling wine. Get to the register. 2 people checking me out. They being mad nosy, being mad weird. I was just like, what y'all think I'm about to do? A Black Lives Matter movement? Y'all think I'm about to shoot this shit up, my nigga? Like, what's really good? Like... You know what I'm saying? Like, are you frightened? Are you scared? Like, what's your issue? I was just like, I should have never came here. But whatever. So I got some 2 wines. I should show y'all. They were really cute. And I went on my roof. I drank the wine. And mind you, it was only 10% alcohol in it. And I was drunk, child. You know what I think? A variety of things happened. I think I didn't eat enough. I know I didn't eat enough. I had 2 sandwiches, not like deli store sandwiches, like the ones where you buy bread from the store and you put the meats in it. That was all I had that day. I was naturally tired because I had to wake up mad early for that eye doctor appointment for me. Like, I had to be there. I had to be there by 1, but I had to get there by 12. So that means I had to be out the house by 11:30. That's too early for me. And for me, if I got to be somewhere by 11:30, that means I got to be up by 9. Like, dead serious, because I be doing the most. So I had to do that. So, and I was walking around. I was at the park. I was hot. I just think that it's just all those things made me get drunk fast. I was just drunk. I fell asleep, y'all, or whatever. The best nap of my life, day drinking. Order Uber Eats, because for me, like, oh, Brittany, now he like Aki and Sawfish. I made Sawfish the other day, or whatever. Oh, order us some Aki and Sawfish, but I didn't feel like cooking dinner. And then I bought me jerk chicken. Ordered food. Fell asleep. And didn't even hear my phone ring. You know how tired you gotta be not to hear your phone ring? You know how stupid you gotta be to order some damn Uber Eats and know your ass is tired and drunk? Yo, they left my food outside downstairs. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Femi comes home. He's like, you so drunk. They left the Uber Eats downstairs. You ain't even get the Uber Eats. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I had a good day that day. Like, I felt very accomplished. I felt good. It was fun. It was nice outside. It was just a fun, like, I felt like it was my own little fun moment, like my own little weird ass day, like just in between going to Harlem, then going to the weird ass wine store, and then just going to get the photo inspection, going home, going on the roof, drinking this imported wine, listening to a podcast, and then being like, bitch, I'm kind of drunk, and go to sleep, ordering Uber Eats, and then you didn't even know the Uber Eats man came. It was just too much. I should probably tip. I think I did tip him. I usually tip now, but maybe give him an extra $2 or something, because maybe he was calling me, honey. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. It was just a weird week. What else did I do? I feel like I did some... Oh, so I'm doing some DIY. I'm renovating my kitchen. Well, not redesigning. I think I brought this up on the pod, right? So I was going to get a new kitchen table set, and I was like, that's so much money. And then my budget for a new kitchen table set is mad cheap. So I feel like with kitchen table sets, if you get it too cheap, the chair might break when you sit on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to get nothing too cheap. So I decided to just do over the kitchen table. Like I vinyled the top. I just spray painting. I'm going to put it on my Instagram. I'm going to put it on my TikTok. I have a TikTok. I don't really post on it. It's Britt.66 if you want to follow. I post like ticky-tacky stuff, like DIYs and like little cute stuff I do. Like stuff like that. I was actually thinking about posting like little clips from Britt.66, but I'll think about it. But yeah. So yeah, follow me on Instagram _Bristagram. You can follow me on TikTok because I'm gonna post my little DIY. I already started making a video. Yo, I swear. So I had a good week and I really enjoyed doing the table. I feel like it's not the best. I didn't do the chairs yet, but it was fun. I had fun doing it. It looks way better than what it used to look like. That's for certain. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm happy about that. That I did my kitchen table over. That was mad fun. Spray painting on the roof, and it's just nice out. Like the weather is just making me feel better. Like I get up, I do more stuff. Obviously, because it's nice out. Like if it's snowing, do you really want to get up and do something? Like come on now. So I actually get up and do things now. Like I be waking up early and getting things done and just like, I don't know, I'm just in a good mood. I made cupcakes the other day. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on in my life. Bitch made cupcakes the other day, the ones from the box. I ain't really a baker. I'm gonna try to bake though. I bought like a cookbook. I bought cookbooks because I redesigned the kitchen, so I wanted to buy some like cookbooks for it. But I bought this Black Girl Baking cookbook, and I was thinking like maybe this week I'll try to like make something out of it. Baby. Yeah, I've been cooking too, trying things. Like I really be doing me. Like I'm really that girl, like for real. But yeah, that's really it. I had a pretty decent week. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I did something too the top of the week. Oh, that was the cupcakes. I made some cupcakes from the box. Yo, those cupcakes was on point. Baby. What? But yeah, I had a great week. What else? What am I gonna do this week? I don't even know yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do what I have planned for this week. Oh, I think we're going out with Erica. That girl, I be seeing that girl a lot. Y'all don't even know. I went to go see Erica last week. Did I bring that up? Oh, I didn't bring it up because I actually filmed before I went to her house, but I still could have brought it up. I mean, come on now. But I actually filmed when I went to her house. That's a long story why I went there, but yeah. I went to her house, got to see the baby, finally got to see her niece, so that was cool. Yeah, so I'm pretty action packed. I'm pretty action packed this week. It's the weather. I'm telling you, it's the weather. So today, I just feel like we're gonna have a freeform episode, where I'm just like throwing things at you because this week a lot of things took place. Too many things took place. Too many. It was the Joe Budden podcast ending for me. Well, potentially ending. Let me not say it's ending. The Derrick Jaxn thing. It's just a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to pull together. I was like, should I do a topic on cheating? I already spoke on cheating. I don't have a problem retouching topics or whatever. But definitely go check that out, season 2. I had a guest. And y'all should go check that out. Or whatever. Definitely dope. John Bills is on it. It was very funny. I love that episode. We kind of talked about, cheating mostly, kind of, sort of. And, child, what's going on? What is going on? First, we're going to talk about the potting before we get into the Derrick Jaxn, because I feel like the Derrick Jaxn topic going to take a majority of the episode. So, let's start with the Joe Budden podcast. And I want to tell y'all why I want to talk about the podcast, because I'm like, a lot of podders talk about pods. Like, I really like podcasts. Like, I really enjoy podcasts. I really enjoy the, what's the word? The ins and outs of it. And I was like, oh, you really like podding. Like, I really like learning the market and all that stuff. So when things happen in the podding world, it's just like, I have to talk about it. You feel me? And other podders do it too. Like, as soon as something happened with podcasts, they be ready talking about it. So JBP boys, back to business. Wait, what he say? I forgot. But anyway, the Joe Budden podcast. Rory and Mal did not show up for 2 episodes. Then they missed the episode, and I thought it was my YouTube. I'm like, YouTube slipping with the algorithm. Like, what's good? But then I went to go look, and I ain't really seen nothing up there. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? I didn't think nothing other, sometimes people slip up, things happen. We're human. So I didn't think too much into it, but I did feel like, if you listen to the Joe Budden podcast often, you would know that there is some weird tension. I don't see too much moral tension from Joe Budden, but I do remember on maybe the last episode, because they was on the last 2 episodes, but maybe 2 episodes behind the last 2 episodes. Joe Budden brought up how him and Mal fought before, and I'm just like, really? I'm surprised you and Rory never fought before. Like, him and Mal have fought a few times, And Joe, I think he does have awesome insight when it comes to music. I do. A lot of people may not agree, but if you really listen, he say stuff. I just don't like that he kind of reneges on a lot of things he says. And some of the stuff he says be dead ass true. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's my only pet peeve about him. He'll be quick to apologize or hold the conversation with the celebrity he says something about, other artists. But he has really good insight on music. If you really, really sit down and listen, he be dead saying the truth, which is cool. Or whatever the case may be. But I could tell he's very toxic, a lot to work with, and he could be a lot. Like with the incident with the Spotify thing, I just felt like, okay, I agree 100%. They were the #1 podcast on Spotify that year. I felt like if he asked for more money, he should have got what he, wanted. He also made a good point, like with Quibi. Quibi was rated at how much? Like $1 billion company, and then the company crashed. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people put a lot of money into that company, not even knowing what the projections will look like, right? And Joe Budden was showing you projections, showing you that his podcast was that. But I mean, look, in hindsight, look what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? But but I'm quite sure some of those arguments that Rory and Mal was having with him was, just kind of how he carries himself and the things he does. And even on the podcast, he always used to talk over Rory, to the point it was so annoying. Like let that man talk, honey. And I'm surprised Rory never fought him. Rory looked like he wanted to fight his ass a couple of times. I don't know why he ain't never did it, but yeah. He always just took over Rory, and it was just cringy. It was just annoying. Joe has a very big ego. Like, sometimes he says stuff and he we run this podcast stuff. Sometimes he gets in his bag or whatever, and he gets too overzealous sometimes. And I see it, and I could imagine working with him could be a lot. And also with his other podcast, the thing is, he has a Joe Budden network now. Like, after everything happened with Spotify, he decided to make his own network. Cool. He made a pod with 3 girls, Mandy B, Bridget Kelly, and Olivia Dope, prior. And it was cool. See, the thing is, I like the podcast. I still like it with Mandy B and Bridget Kelly and the guests that they have on. I already knew I was going to like it, because even though I like Olivia Dope, she was not my favorite, but she was definitely the fan favorite. When I say the fan favorite, like when you read the comments, they just like, I love Olivia. Olivia's that girl. Olivia. Like, they love Olivia. I actually liked Olivia. This was my thing with that podcast. See, the thing is, I just felt like they used to pick at Mandy for everything. And Olivia was top 5, used to pick at Mandy for everything. But I also see now that I watch her rude decisions, and I kind of pay attention to the podcast, that Mandy low-key kind of rude. And she kind of got a mouth on her, so maybe Olivia was just giving her a run for her money, and I wasn't privy to it at the time. I didn't really know the relationship. It just, but the way it would look while they're filming was just Olivia was constantly coming at Mandy for being her authentic self, and that for me, I just personally didn't like, but I didn't know they was going tick for tack. So allegedly, that was one of the reasons why she left, was because of Joe. And it was one episode where Joe Budden went on the episode and he was kind of just giving weird vibes to Olivia. Like it was giving me that he knew Olivia was the star, but he didn't want her to feel like the star. Like, you know how motherfuckers do that? Like, we know you the best, you that girl, but we not gonna let you feel like you that girl. I hate people like that. Like, if I'm that girl, let me know I'm that girl. But I know you trying to humble me, but I don't need you to humble me. I'm humbled. Like, you know those type of people that feel like, oh, let me humble you. No, you don't have to do that. I'm good, beloved. Like, there's no need. Like, that's what he was doing to her. Like, it seemed like he was trying to come down on her to make her, like, stay on her level because he didn't want the comments to get to her head or whatever the case may be. So Olivia left the show. The sis didn't even make it to about 50 episodes. You get what I'm saying? And I just felt like that looks sus on the network. It just looks sus altogether. You get what I'm saying? So it's giving very, you know, Joe, you gotta get it together, baby. Like, you gotta get it together, honey. Also, you know, Joe Budden talks a lot about how much millions he turned down. It's like, you always talk about that shit. How do you think that might make Rory and Maul feel? Like, maybe you had money. Maybe Rory and Maul wanted to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? Why did you turn down that money? You get what I'm saying? To make yourself feel good? To boost your ego? That's what it seemed like, because you always bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know. It's a lot of, the energy was definitely weird. At one point, Rory would always call Joe Budden out on his crap. And I think they had a discussion where Joe was like, yo, you got to stop calling me out and stuff on the pod. And you could tell the couple episodes, Rory kind of chilled. And he also kind of chilled with cutting off Rory as well. So it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of nonsense going on with that pod, you know. And another pod too, like, and you know, that's why I love, you know, doing a pod by myself. And I actually brought that up. Like, they talk about, like, one of the things with doing a podcast by yourself, you don't gotta deal with nobody. You know what I'm saying? You make your own decisions. And I'm starting to really see that a lot. Because I've seen a lot of podcast breakups. Well, and just a lot of problems, like with Call Me Daddy. It's this other podcast that got broken up, and the other guy was on the show on Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz. I forgot, but they broke up, and I heard that was big news. I didn't listen to that pod. Even with Horrible Decisions, Mandy and Weezy, they go through it a lot. Like, they did a Q&A, and they had arguments, and they had to go through therapy. And I'm just like, bitch, I gotta go to therapy for myself. Now I gotta go to therapy with my co-host. Like, you get what I'm saying? And it's not, and they talked about how they're not really friends no more because of it. And Rory and Maul said that. Rory said that with him and Joe. Like, they're not really friends no more. I just think one of the things you can't do is business with your friends and family. And I think you can't live with friends and family, except your mom and dad, obviously. But you can't really live with your friends and family, especially if their life has changed a little bit. I mean, I just don't think it's a good idea. It doesn't work well. Some people could do it. This is the only time I think you do it. Let's say, like, for instance, I was living with my brother at my mom's house, and then we eventually moved in together gradually first. Then it might work. But if we went on to move in different apartments, like I lived by myself, he lived by himself, and then one day I called him like, I need to move in, that's a bad idea. Because now I already know what it's like to live by myself. I never experienced living with you alone. It's just a bad transition. And living with friends are really bad. Because I remember in college, a lot of people stopped being friends once they were roommates, once they lived with each other. I don't know what the living thing is. I don't know what it's about with the living thing, but people cannot live together. Yeah, it's not doable. You know, friends and family, business clearly is not doable either. And potting is not doable. It's not doable at all, it seems. Like, a lot of people say they're not friends no more. And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, we used to be dumb cool. Now we not even cool. We in therapy. We in legal meetings. They said they had an argument on Twitter one time. I was like, I missed all of this. So yeah, it's a lot. So that keeps me motivated, you know. And not to be shady, bitch, but you know, they making room for other black potters, okay? Like me. You feel me? Because yeah, like I was like, well, because Joe Budden podcast is a big podcast. So now they leave, you making room for somebody else to grow. You feel what I'm saying? It may not be me, it might be somebody else. But I do hope they stay because I love the Joe Budden podcast. Like, it's one of those podcasts that I'm surprised that I like. Some people think it's masculine, it's not masculine. Like, if you a female, you think you might not enjoy it, you probably will really enjoy it. Because they talk about a lot of what's going on today. They do music reviews and they talk about artists, and this should be true. And they sometimes talk about dating. And what I like about them is that they niggas, and I like hearing their views on women sometimes, or their dating life, because it kind of like makes you think about certain things, and now you could think, your head could be in the mind of a man. That's how I view it, you know. So I really enjoy Joe Budden podcast. Like, when it happened, my husband came home, he was like, I was like, the Joe Budden podcast is Sunday. He was like, what happened? Like, he was like, wait, what? Yeah, because, you know, JBP boys, every time he hear it, he be like, why? Those are two people my man don't like. Charlamagne the God and Joe Budden. He's a big hater, and I think it's just because I watched him. He just always be like, I don't understand how a person could listen to somebody all day and listen to somebody's opinion. Why? Because they're a man. You mad? You think I got a crush on them? Because I like listen to other men's opinions. So, yeah, that's like our little cute tit for tat or whatever that we do in the house. But, yeah, it's scary out here. It's scary out here with the potting. You know, it motivates me to just keep doing what I'm doing. And it's scary. And I hope they come back. But I'm also big on, you know, if you feel like you're in a toxic situation, like if Rory and Moore really feel like, yo, Joe is draining this, like there's some things I just can't forgive, then don't go back. Because I'm big on too now. Like, I look back and I understand that you need money to survive. Like, sometimes if you lose your job, you need to keep a roof over your head and you need to eat, you need to go. Let me tell you something. God gonna work it out. I had to learn that. Like, where there's a will, there's a way. And it don't even have to be illegal stuff. It be dead legal ways to just get your ass back on your feet. Legal as fuck ways. Like, I'm not talking about selling drugs and selling pussy. Like, it's just like shit just be falling in place if you pray on it. I look back on a lot of the decisions I made with jobs, and I'm just like, why would I stay in that situation? Like, you know how people be like, oh, don't stay in a toxic relationship. Oh, don't stay in this. And it's like, you dead. If you really, really think about that shit, if you really, really, really think about it, the idea of staying at a job where you feel unhappy, mistreated, unvalued for money, that's fucking sad. And that shit is scary. And when I thought about some of the things I went through at work for money, it really bothers me that I stayed. Like, I swear to everything I love. Like, I understand that, yes, I need money. Like, I want to keep up. I want to look good. Da, 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 da. But it's just like, it's that, I don't know. That shit don't sit with my spirit personally. And, you know, that's why I really always shout out people who get up, they quit their job, they leave their job. I'm not advocating that. I get it. Especially, like, if you have kids and stuff, you know, your kids shouldn't have to struggle for your doings. I don't know. But what I do know is that it is hurtful. Like, I remember too on the Damon Dash interview on the Breakfast Club, his second one, not the first one. The first one is amazing. His second one, he said, a lot of y'all be saying y'all tough, but your moms be going to jobs where she be getting disrespected and y'all don't do nothing about that shit. Y'all don't really go up there and fuck up her boss and none of that shit. Or her, well, a man shouldn't fuck up. Or whoever, if you have the daughter or the son, whatever. And I was like, yo, he dead ass got a point. A lot of motherfuckers say, I never let nobody disrespect me. They never let somebody disrespect them, but you go to work every day and get disrespected at work. That shit is wild to me. And disrespect just does not have to be verbal. It could be anything. Like, I did something, you ain't even say thank you, my nigga. That shit kind of fake disrespectful. Like, if you do something for somebody, right? You go get somebody something and they don't say thank you, you ready to turn the fuck up. But you do something for your boss, for your job, and they don't say thank you because they don't want you to get gassed up. That shit is wild to me. Like, certain shit is just wild to me. And I'm not advocating. I do advocate that you should quit your job. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna put it out there. I feel like shit gonna be fine. Shit gonna work out. I'm telling you, and I've quit jobs, I've been laid off, and things have just fallen into place. I swear, like, and that's why I don't understand why people do fall into crimes and robberies and stuff, because I just like, I don't know what it's like. I don't know. But I know for me personally, God is so good, you know, everything just falls in place. And even when it's really getting bad, when things is getting bad, you gonna figure it out. Like, for real. Like, if you really running out of money, for some odd reason, you gonna figure it out. I could tell y'all so many ways, but I'm just not gonna do all of that. But you gonna find a way to make money. Like, you gonna find a way to get some money. I'm not talking about illegal. I'm talking about even legal. Like, if you really down and out, you telling me you won't go, like, right now the supermarket is hiring. You think if I really didn't have no money, couldn't get no unemployment, none of that, I wouldn't go work in the supermarket real quick? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you could always find money. You could get 3 jobs. Like, it's still always somebody hiring. But some people just, you know, they need to humble themselves. They probably like, I'll never work in the supermarket. I'll never work at McDonald's. Like, I'll never, like, but if you really unhappy in your situation, I don't know. Y'all be going to work, letting people just treat you any old type of way, but y'all be saying y'all tough. And then you be wondering why you mentally fucked up. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's just for me. Like, and that's something I felt recently. You feel me? Like, that's something I look back on recently, and I just think about certain stuff that I experienced at work. And even too, like, when I told y'all, like, in the beginning of the episode, like, I used to drink after not every shift, but most shifts, maybe 3 out of 5, because you gotta work 5 days a week. And I'm just like, I don't even drink that much no more. And I'm like, does that correlate with work? Because the drinking seemed work related, but I'm quite sure it was other stuff too. You know, I had other stuff going on in my life, but I'm saying, like, there gotta be a correlation, because I've been through something very traumatic and don't drink like that. I don't know. I'm just saying. Also could have been because I was pregnant. I couldn't drink for 9 months. And you know how you could break a habit in 21 days? I was thinking that. I don't know. But I would think for somebody like me, I should be a damn alcoholic, a drug addict, something. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to speak that into existence. But I should be one of the damn 2. And you get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like y'all be work is fucking with some of y'all mental health. For real. Like, y'all you dead stay somewhere where you unhappy for money. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and then be having the nerve and audacity to say to somebody, oh, you sell your pussy for money? That's wild. Or you fuck for money? That's wild. I could never work at McDonald's. I could never flip burgers. Or I could never do this. I could never do that. But you be going to work every day, letting your boss bomb the fuck out of you, letting niggas walk all over you, my nigga, doing other people's shit that they supposed to do, my nigga, for the same salary that you're supposed to be doing one job. What makes you better than somebody who's selling their pussy for money? You get what I'm saying? You feel like they degraded themselves for money. You degraded yourself. You dead going to work. You do something, and your boss don't say thank you because they feel you're doing your job. Think about that. Somebody calls out and you got to pick up their slack. Why? Tell me. Why I got to pick up their slack? Because they called out? Because we a team? No, nigga, they called out. That shit not getting done today, period. Fuck is you talking about? I'm doing my job. I have to do my work. Oh, but the show is can't go on because the person's not here. Okay? If I don't show up right now today and film Britt says, the show ain't gonna come out. What the fuck are you talking about right now? The fuck? Y'all better find a replacement. You know how at school they have a substitute teacher? Like, what's up? What's really good? For real. Y'all better tell the CEO come do her shit. Like, come on, stop. Like, for real. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just telling y'all how I feel. Because the people be talking mad shit. But y'all be dead letting somebody disrespect you at work. You know, I don't be, and I get it. Some of y'all be like, I don't want to argue with nobody at work. But you let them bomb your shit, though. You'll argue with me, but you won't argue with sis at the job. For money. That's degrading. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. It's either we gonna go to work, we all gonna respect each other, we gonna come to work, we gonna do what we gotta do when we clock in. Or if y'all wanna do that, yeah, we talking about company culture, it's a lot of personalities, but my nigga, like, come on, what's up? What's really good? You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting that out there. You feel me? See, it's a touchy episode. We're all over the place. But now, we spoke about the pod, we spoke about work, we spoke about all of that. Let's get into Derrick Jaxn, honey. Okay, so if you don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, he's a self-proclaimed relationship guru, I guess you can say. On Instagram, he sold books. I would say he's relatively notable, I guess. He was married. A lot of people didn't even know he was married. And he cheated. This is something that's not common, but it's making headlines. I mean, this is something that is common, but it's making headlines because he was going around running, telling motherfuckers how to be faithful, how to be loving, how to get a man, and you cheated. How that work? You feel me? So for me, I have seen Derrick Jaxn. So this is my thing. When I see him, he was talking about being a faithful man. I do remember being like, oh, that's cute. There's probably is some good men out there. But, you know, I still gave him the side eye. I didn't hit the follow. I don't know. This was like a couple of years ago. And he popped up on my pop page. I don't know. I don't know how I came around to him, but I did experience him. And I just felt like any man, I don't care. Any man talking about being faithful, sus. Period. And I'm not saying sus like he's gay. I'm just saying suspicious behavior. Because I do have a theory that all men cheat. And I just feel like it's the audacity for me. Like, I feel like as a man, if you're a man and you want to be an entrepreneur, your job, you should never pick up a field in faithfulness. You gotta let that go. Because your spirit ain't built for that. Even if you faithful, even if you feel you've been faithful for a long time, you just not built for that. Certain stuff, our bodies is just not built for. Like, you know how you born and maybe your body is just not built to lift over 100 pounds. You just not built to draw. You're not built to sing. You know what I'm saying? All men are not built to be a faithful relationship guru. Like, y'all should never in your life, I don't care, and I'll say it wholeheartedly, you should never, ever, ever pick up a job in faithfulness. That is not your spectrum. You should not even dare think for a second that you could talk about being faithful. That's just my opinion. Period. Okay. So when I saw that, I was just like, okay, it's cute. Maybe he's telling the truth, but I don't trust him. That's just me. Like, I don't know. I just feel like men just be cheating. And I feel like it was something that went off the radar for a while with the cheating because this whole black men don't cheat thing was going on. And I think that black men don't cheat shit got to their head. So niggas started thinking they could cheat and they was going to get caught slipping. Bitch, you're going to get caught. And we're going to bomb the fuck out of you. So he was cheating. He was doing very, chill stuff. It was like he was doing nothing crazy, like having like T.I. and Tiny moments, choking bitches out and like slapping bitches. I don't know, like doing weirdo shit. He was just doing regular day cheating, going to girls' house. He was bringing girls to the house, bitch. Fucking bitches, getting them pregnant, giving them Plan Bs. It was too much. But he's married. And for me, what I didn't like is that he brought the wife on live with him to apologize. Why are you including me in this? And then for me, when I first saw it, I was like, she has so much patience. Like, she has all the patience in the world because not only was he like apologizing in third person, which was weird, but he was being so descriptive, and it was bothering me. I was like, "Whoo, she got patience," because he kept saying, "I had sex." Like, why are you saying you had sex with other women while you're sitting next to me? Like, how could she have dealt with that? Like, imagine your man sitting next to you saying, I had sex with other women. I don't think I could live with that. I'm gonna beat your ass up. This video ain't gonna be complete. I'm gonna have to fight you. For real. I'm trying to make nothing on my teeth. I'm gonna have to fight you. Like, I'm gonna really have to fight you. Like, why are you saying it like that? Like, and you keep saying, I had sex included, sexual. Like, why you keep saying sex? I would have said I did some things, even though I know the internet would scrutinize him for not saying sex. They probably would be like, them things was sex. She was having sex with those women. So I get, maybe that's why he's being descriptive, but it was cringy. He just shouldn't have his wife next to him. If he had said it alone, it wouldn't have been so weird. But the fact that she was sitting there and he was saying it was like, girl. She was looking bogus, but y'all gotta understand, like, she just got cheated on. You think she about to put on a full face of makeup and put on a nice little get up? Like, come on, knock it off. Like, it was so fresh. And that was my thing, was like, this shit is so fresh. Like, why you brought her up here with this fresh ass news? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why you putting her in this? Like, leave her out of this. Like, at minimum, she could have just put up a picture like a little cute picture, like, and then put the caption, me and my man, we going through things, we gonna work on it. Or maybe put up a quote. Like, I don't know. I didn't agree with that. And she was giving me big weirdo vibes. Big, huge. And then when she did the whole, my bonnet is my salvation, let's get into that. Let's get into it because it has to stop. People keep putting God and stuff. Y'all be playing with God. Y'all like playing with stuff. Y'all like playing with God. Y'all like playing with Breonna Taylor. Like, y'all like playing with topics. Like playing with Black Lives Matter for trend, or for sympathy, or for attention, or for look, or for aesthetic. Don't put God in this. Now, you can add God at all means, because whenever you do something, the first person you're going to have to speak to is God. Number one. But I just felt like the way he was talking about it too, Derrick, was like, he was trying to incorporate God in his situation to make people feel sympathetic, or just to distract the attention off of what he was actually saying. And I didn't like it. And then I just felt like, too, with the girl, like, what are you talking about? Your bonnet is a salvation, and your shirt is the army. And at first I was here for when she came in and she said, I didn't come here to play dress up. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Then when she saw her bonnet was the salvation and then the army shirt was the army, I was like, girl, you lost me. I'm lost. I'm done. Like, stop bringing God in your nonsense. God don't want nothing to do with your outfit. He never said that. All he wants is your heart. Don't put him in your outfit, not the bonnets, not the hats, not the get up, not you having sex with another woman. Oh, it's the audacity for me. Like, stop. For real. Stop bringing God into this. At the end of your little speech, you can say, God, please forgive me. Fine. But don't start saying, I had sex with another woman, but God is looking through me and looking through the glass and looking through my eyes and trying to figure out my... No, chill out. Admit to your wrongdoings, and that's the problem. People don't like to hold themselves accountable. Hold yourself accountable. And then if you want to have a conversation with God, by all means do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing, is just like, people just be playing, toying around with God. I've been noticing that a lot lately. Like, and people using God for sympathy. And it's just like, child. Or just to make themselves look better, I guess. I don't know. Or just to distract, deflect. It's just weird to me. The wife is very troubled. Okay? So we making fun of her. My friend puts me on her page. I did go on her page before, but I didn't read her captions because they were dumb long. So I was just like, she's giving weirdo vibes. She's posting mad quotes. She's looking very mentally unfit, and I don't like that. And this was before everything got exposed. So I'm like, oh, something's wrong with her mentally. So, allegedly she got raped. And I'm saying allegedly because I don't know anything. she feel like she's responsible for her father's death. She's going through a lot. You could tell, like, oh my gosh, it's a lot. And I was thinking, I'm not saying what Derrick Jaxn did was right. You know, looking at her page, it looked like she's been going through some mental health issues since maybe 2019. Even though he's been cheating since day one. So, yeah. But I don't know. I would think, you know, being in a relationship with somebody with mental health issues is hard. But if they said that one of the mistresses been around for 10 years. So, and him and his wife been together for 14 years. So, I don't know. But I would think, you know, dealing with somebody with mental health issues that deep. Hers look deep. Y'all could go on her page if y'all want. I don't know if her page is private now, but you could tell hers is deep. It's not like your slight cheese mental health, because we all got mental health issues, honey. Period. You too. You that think you don't, you got one. I'm talking about, you could tell her heart is troubled type mental health issues. So I was gonna bomb her and be like, why she come up on the internet looking like that? Why she talk about the bond of the salvation? And I'm just like, oh, something's actually really wrong with her. Like, dead serious. Something's actually genuinely wrong with her. She needs to get help. And I think that maybe, you know, dealing with somebody with mental health is not easy. Maybe Derrick stepped out because she wasn't mentally there. And I don't think it's right. I think you're supposed to stand by your spouse through thick and thin, through till death do us part, you know. He could have helped her. Instead of busy fucking other women, you could have been going to therapy sessions with her, making sure she go to her therapy sessions. You know, I see that she hangs with her family a lot, which is good. So I see that she has a support system. And we don't know what's going on in that marriage, because he barely posted her, not even barely, never posted her. I think, and one of the things is too, people's like, he don't never post her. I think one of the reasons why he didn't post her, because she seems mentally unstable. Like, she seems unfit. Like, you don't want to post an unfit woman on social media. Most men who are social media people, their wives usually dress up and get dazzled and all that. Like, you know, they usually match they fly. You could tell she wasn't given that. And maybe he didn't want to put her on his platform where she would get scrutinized, and he knows she's dealing with mental health issues. That's how I portrayed that too as well. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt when it came to not posting her social media or whatever the case may be. Because it seems like she's dealing with something. But back to what I was saying, I feel like it could be one of the reasons why he stepped out, but I feel like he should have been there. We don't know what he was doing for her on the sidelines, because it's not like a one-day thing. Like, oh, okay, I took my wife to therapy today. She's good. It's not a one-day thing. These things take long, especially somebody think they're responsible for someone's death and rape and trauma. It's just a lot. But you chose that. And when do we leave in these situations, right? When is it okay to leave? Because, right, they seem Christian valued. They seem, and you know, the Bible definitely says, you know, try to stay by your spouse and things like that. So maybe that's why they're trying to stay together. I'm not sure. They have kids involved. When kids is involved, it's so hard to leave the relationship. I was thinking, you know, people saying she needs to leave him, and I'm just like, this is the other thing too. A lot of y'all niggas be cheating on y'all. Y'all be cheating on y'all nigga, and y'all be staying. Y'all be trying to hold these socialites to these high standards, and y'all don't know people's situation. Like, certain stuff is fixable. I feel like a lot of people is judgy. A lot of y'all need to be careful. A lot of people need to tread lightly, because your nigga might be cheating on you just like that nigga is. Like, you may not know of it right now, but your man might be doing quite just the same. You know what I'm saying? So that was my other thing. Like with Tasha K, I was just like, you're married and you talking that bad about him and his marriage, girl. Because that happened with Wendy. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're both doing their job, like I say, always. And but Tasha K was going kind of hard. But it's weird. You know, they doing their job, too. So if she get caught, her man get caught cheating, I don't know. How do you play that out? I don't know. But I just felt like with all of the things put into play, like his wife seems very mentally unsound. I feel like still at some point he should have decided to leave. But I understand love too. I really do think, and this is a topic, can a man cheat on you and still love you? To play what's the word? Not devil's advocate, but some people might not agree with me. I think that he can. It depends though. Like, I feel like if y'all just been dating for 2 months and he cheat on you, he probably don't like you. He may be using you for something. We don't know. But if you with somebody for 14 years and you cheat and you texting these women, oh, you pregnant? Did you take the plan B? And you hiding it? Why are you hiding it? Because you love your wife and you don't want her to find out. And people like, oh, I feel like if you don't want somebody to find something out and you don't want to hurt them, in some ways that's love. Because people be that cheating, people don't give a fuck if they find out or not. To me, that's not love. You just being blatantly bogus. You just like, yeah, I'm going to fuck the other bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's not love. But when you just trying your hardest to hide the shit, but you doing bad because niggas don't know how to cheat. I feel like you could really death love somebody and cheat on them. And be like a chronic cheater too. Maybe chronic. I think where the boundaries is pushed is when like you start doing bogus shit. Like maybe you get the girl pregnant. But see, people be slipping up because some people don't like condoms. Me, pregnant? That happens so common. What else? It's another one I had in mind too. You bring me an STD up. It was another one I had in mind too. It's like, now we gotta be done with this shit. Like, maybe you obviously do my friend or a family member. That's wild. Like, you're doing too much. Yeah. I mean, if you're not doing nothing too crazy, I think that you could have really loved somebody and cheat on them. I swear. I promise you. I think there's something wrong with you a little bit. And I do think that it is weird though, because it's like, why would you do that? Like, I always think that, like, what would make you step out? Like, what did I do wrong? Or that's what I would think, you know. But I do think that the person still loves that person. That's who they ultimately want to be with. This cheating is, and we all heard the term, is I want to have my cake and eat it. I want you. You the main one. This is the theory that men use, right? You the main chick. I'm always gonna come back home. Da da da. You know where I lay my head, nigga. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your cake and eat it with me. You only can have this cake. You feel me? So I do think most, to be honest, had this ideology like, she my main, she the wife, she the woman that I want to have my baby with. Da da da. For the most part, if they decide to stay, if you feel like you have to stay, because people be saying that too, like, I hope y'all know there's a market of people who rarely leave relationships. Like, motherfuckers get divorced every day, whether they have kids or not. You know, whether they've been married or not, they're like, yo, I can't do this shit with you. I'm dipping. So for me, like, if you really beasting to stay in this relationship when you could leave, you can always leave. No matter the situation, you can always leave. So in some circumstances, I get that it is hard to leave. Like, let's say, like, you don't got nowhere to go, like, in terms of, like, shelter. But people be figuring it out. They be done get a job to save up all their money and then run the fuck away. Like, it be crazy. Like, I don't know. They be figuring it out. They gonna call everybody they know, like, please just let me stay with you. Please. For 6 months. Let me get on my feet. Like, people really be going through it. People who run away to a shelter until they stay with a man that they really like, I just cannot be with him no more. Or even men. Men leave women. I hope y'all know that. Like, it's like, it seems like it's like common, but people do it. That's why I do think that it's a little love in even when a man cheats, and to a degree, like, you know if you know. I don't know. That's a very unpopular opinion. I do think it can happen. I don't know why men cheat. You know, I made an episode. He was very vague. You guys should definitely watch that one. That was Britt Says season 2. Oh, was it season 3? Oh, it was season 2. It was season 2. I'll link it below. I'll link it below. I mean, we hold people to a high standard, and I don't know why anyone would hold Derrick Jaxn to a high standard. I'm not surprised he cheated. I don't trust no man on the internet talking about being faithful or what the single woman should do. I already made a book about single mothers. Like, nigga, what are we doing? Are you a woman? Like, I hate when a man want to talk on women topics. Like, in certain instances, like, yeah, stay out of women's business. Period. The fuck? How you make a book about single mothers and you not, like, I don't know what be going on. Like, for real. Like, real talk. Like, what really be going on? So a lot of him didn't soak my spirit. I'm not surprised he's a cheater. Do I think he's a scammer? Not really, because a lot of the things he said, when I checked on his page, is true. And you can know something is true and still do the wrong thing. We do that all the time. We know that to go right and still will dead ass go left. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff he said is very true. Is his career over? I mean, he can revamp himself, I mean, he could still do relationships. He could make a whole journey about being a cheater, bitch. Like, honestly, let's be honest. How he cheated, why he cheated, how he cheated on his wife, how he snuck out the house, how he found these women. He could do that. It's a market for that. Do a market that you need to be in. Cheating, nigga. Let these men buy these books so they can learn how to cheat. Well, you failed, period. But I'm just saying. I'm not entertaining cheating. Cheating is never good, honey. Cheating can get you killed. Period. But, like I said, I'm not surprised. None of this stuff surprises me. I mean, we just gotta stop holding people to high standards, idolizing. I hate people who idolize and just, it's juicy though. You get excited to hear. People love to hear people's downfalls and he was seen unhumble. He used to talk about other people cheating. And then when you incorporate talking about other people's business, that ain't never good. Don't talk about other people's shit. I just feel like certain stuff, like, don't, if you know you cheating, because they say you cheat for 10 years, how you know you a cheater and feel comfortable talking about another man cheating? People be crazy. Like, you gotta really be crazy to do some shit like that. This man was cheating on his wife, and it talked about John Gray cheating on his wife. That's crazy to me. Like, something, he a little off. You a little off. Like, how you bomb somebody for cheating and you a cheater? I don't give a fuck nothing about all this social media shit. I'm doing this shit for views. You, like, he be having the straightest face when he be talking. Like, you gotta watch people like that, son. I don't know. But, yeah. I had to do my little topic, my outtakes on this and that, or whatever. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This free flow episode. I definitely will find a title for it soon. You guys already see it, of course. And yes, when you get the time, which is now, make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow me on Instagram _Britt_Instagram. That's where the fun is at. Yes, if you like the video, make sure you share with somebody. Tell somebody. Send a link. Click share. Click that little thing with the dots. I don't know. Or the 3 dots. And hit the share button. Hello. Share it. Send it. Text it. Tell somebody. Or whatever. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys have an amazing week. And I will see you guys with next week.